Diana Bitucci, and thanks for tuning in again, guys. There's so much that goes into diabetes that we're always thinking about how we can make a patient's life better and what we can do to enhance the quality of life. So for me, it's always a challenge, but always so amazing. And that's kind of what has inspired me to open this YouTube channel, so I can really educate others on things that you may not always be aware of, and things that obviously, because this disease is always changing, we're always learning more every day. I'm always learning more, so it's wonderful that I get to share this all my knowledge with all of you, and I appreciate all the support, so thank you for that. But today what we're going to talk about is oatmeal, and the reason why is because this is such a common thing for all of us. Most of us love oatmeal. It's very easy to make. It's quick, on the go. We know we're always busy. We're always rushing to go to work, to be at some place because life is busy. Patients will come in a lot of times and their sugars are very high, 300 plus range, and I'm like, how the heck is your sugar so high at 7:30 in the morning? And they tell me, well, I just had oatmeal. I don't understand what happened. So the thing is that oatmeal is good, but what's happened is oatmeal has changed over time. Things generally have changed over time. Things are more processed. So the more processed something is, that means the quicker that it's going to turn into sugar, because it has more sugar. So it's already sugar, and the blood sugars are gonna obviously spike up. But today what I want to teach you is, I don't want to say that oatmeal is bad, because it's actually not true. So what I'm going to say about oatmeal is, I'm going to talk to you about what not to do with oatmeal, and then make sure you guys are tuning in till the end, because I'm going to talk to you guys about how you can enjoy oatmeal and when it will not spike your blood sugars as much, and how you can enjoy it without having blood sugars in the 300 range. The don't do's with oatmeal is, don't use prepackaged or instant oatmeal, because they have a lot of added sugars, and obviously they have a lot of flavored oatmeal. They contain a lot of more sugar, a lot more salt, and obviously they don't have as much soluble fiber, because the more we process something, as I mentioned before and in other videos, is obviously we're taking out the vitamins, we're taking out the minerals, and we're just left with more sugar content that we know is not very good for us. So avoid that at all costs. And do not add dried fruit. I cannot overemphasize how much I literally tell patients, please avoid dried fruit at all costs. I know I talked about that in other videos, and I will link it up again to this video, but please guys, we really got to be mindful in avoiding dried fruit, because they've sucked out everything that's nutritious about it, and they've left you with just this fruit full of sugar. So you're pretty much just eating sugar at that point, and it's going to spike up your blood sugars instantly. So avoid that at all costs. Obviously no honey, brown sugar, or syrup to the oatmeal, because they will significantly rise up your blood sugar, as we know. And then you want to avoid processed oats. So the pros of oatmeal is actually it can help regulate blood sugar, because they have moderate to high fiber content, and they are actually not that high on the glycemic index. If you get around 50 on the glycemic index scale, it won't spike up your blood sugars too quickly. Obviously, we know that it can be quick and easy to make, and it can help regulate digestion, and it's actually it's a good source of long-term energy. But the way that you're going to get the benefits of oatmeal is, this is the right way, not I just spoke to you about what not to do with oatmeal. So what you want to do is, you want to choose an old-fashioned or steel-cut oats, because those are going to be the healthier. They are more dense with fiber, and they're going to have more minerals and vitamins for you. And I always tell patients, may stick to only water. Don't add any milk, because we don't want to add more sugar content that's going to rise up your blood sugar. And add a tablespoon of nut butter for extra protein or flavor if you want to. And I always say, make sure you're preparing it with Greek yogurt, plain Greek yogurt, for protein, calcium, and obviously a vitamin D boost if you want. And as I mentioned, I cannot overemphasize, please choose the old-fashioned or steel-cut oats, because they contain higher amounts of soluble fiber. They help better regulate blood sugars, and are minimally processed to slow the digestion. Obviously, we don't want a high spike in blood sugars. You can use cinnamon because it's full of antioxidants. It has anti-inflammatory properties, and also can help reduce the risk of heart disease. And it might actually help improve sensitivity to insulin, which can help lower blood sugars. But remember, you want to use cinnamon only in moderation, maybe just throw in it for a little bit of flavor if you would like. Old-fashioned oatmeal, the one that you actually make yourself, because they are not very high in calories. They do have protein, they are lower in carbohydrates and higher in fiber, which are all very good for diabetes. But be mindful to avoid the ones that have a lot of sugar or the prepackaged are absolutely not good, and you are going to see a spike in your blood sugars. And as I mentioned, you can add a little bit more protein, such as you can do the Greek yogurt, as I mentioned. You can always try some peanut butter if you want. You can have some cottage cheese and other sources that I mentioned in another video previously, which I will link to this video today. So if you guys are enjoying my videos, please support my channel by subscribing, liking, commenting, sharing with family and friends. And I will see you guys all next time with more diabetes information. Take care.